My name is Jill.
Sorry
My
about that.
name is Jill Vaughan. That's okay. We're recording this for everyone and for the
Yes,
future. You
yes,
may
yes,
want to
yes.
listen to this like 3 or 4 times. I probably
Exactly.
will.
Exactly. Literally, yeah. So let me just kick it off really quick, Miss Jill. Thank you so much for being on. Guys, I just want to welcome every single one of you again. Thank you for those of you that were here like right at 10 o'clock. And for those of you that are trickling in, thank you so much for being here. We are doing this additional call. Jill actually had a super powerful call on Monday. We had 116 people on there, and we asked everybody, and like, hey, who wants to have more of this type of conversation? Who wants to hear Jill, breakdowns? And the intention of today's conversation is helping you guys to create some massive, massive breakthroughs. So let's go ahead and give another big warm welcome to Miss Jill. Thank you so much for being on. I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank you, Leo. And
you. Thank
hi to every single one of you. I can't wait to know you all personally and professionally. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Jill Vaughan. And a little bit about me is I'm a very successful hair and makeup artist for 30 years. I still dabble in it. I can't stay away. I just love it. I recently retired from that about 10 years ago to dive into full-time the work of transformation. And I completed that about a month ago. And I'm now becoming a real estate agent. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be with you and especially Leo. I'm so enrolled in who Leo is, who he is for everybody, who he is for me, who he is for you. And I'm sure you could all agree with me. Yes, that's why you're here. Because Leo embodies, something that is humble and powerful, and just such a commitment to people. And that is definitely aligned with what I'm aligned to, and I'm sure you are as well. So, when I was doing hair and makeup, I, it was, I was in that business for 30 years. And honestly, the last 5 years of that career, I completely transformed myself because I saw that I wasn't making my breakdowns breakthroughs. Okay. I actually transformed myself completely and tripled my income before I retired. I just got out of my own way. I sold the most product in the salon. Like I had a shift. And that's what I'm committed that, happens for you today. So that's why I'm here. And again, this is not a normal, typical, usual present. Okay. Here or for like anywhere else that you've seen. This is transformational. Transformation, please, everybody, please mute yourselves. Thank you. And, transformation happens in a moment. So I'm committed you all have that moment today, in this call or today, right? Or tomorrow, like whatever it takes.
I
So
love it.
if you're
Hey,
driving,
Jill, let's ask everybody who wants to have that transformation in an instant. I just want to make sure that you guys are in for that. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Who's in for that? Or obviously raise your hand, right? Who's in for that? To experience transformation in the moment.
write transformation in the chat if you're up for that. Because that, what that's going to take today, especially if you're driving, I request you pull over like Leo is in his car and bring your full attention here. I'm committed that this make a difference for you and what you're dealing with and what you really care about. And you must pull this to you. So kind of pretend like there's knives in the back of your chair for the next 45 minutes. This could and will transform your life and your business. Okay, so let's get started. So a breakdown. The definition of that is not doing what you said you would do or what people expect of you, or not producing what you said you would or what you are committed to. It's a breakdown. Now, it's a breakdown is a problem when you add more meaning to that breakdown. You know, the result happened that you wanted to, or that you said you would. So when you add something to the breakdown, like it could even be a pre-existing feeling, and then you're in a world of scarcity and fear. Now, when a breakdown is not a problem, is when you declare the breakdown. That gives you power. Breakdowns happen all of the time, every day, and will continue. And breakdowns are not the problem. The problem is the meaning we add to them. So declaring the breakdown actually interrupts that. It gives you a place to stand to deal with the breakdown. And I want you to know, breakdowns have zero to do with who you are and what you're up to and what you said you would do. Zero. So I'm going to give you an example from my real life this morning, actually. So I'm going to be very transparent with you and vulnerable so you can see I'm just like you. Leo and I are just like you. Okay, there's no difference between us. And this will give you power. So I have a friend that has been wanting me to do life insurance with her for years. Okay. And, you know, I even looked at it with her before I decided to go into real estate. And I decided no. And, you know, Leo won me over. Seriously, I was enrolled in what I'm doing here. So I told her no. And this morning we were texting and she was asking me how I'm doing. And, you know, I gave her the results and she said, you see, you should have been with me. You could have been making money by now. And man, boom, I was off to the races. I added all this meaning to that. And I started making her wrong. Okay. And blaming her for what was going on with me. When really I took this distinction breakdowns and I brought it this morning. Like, okay, wait a minute, stop. What is really going on with me? And I caught it. What's really going on with me, if I was brave enough to tell the truth and look at myself, which is what this is going to take, I didn't do what I said I was going to do yesterday. You know, I make promises daily to Leo. I didn't produce what I said I was going to produce yesterday. I said I'd have 2 appointments yesterday, and I got 1. And I didn't say anything about it, and I didn't debrief. Like what was missing, what would make the difference. And even on the days I am successful, I'm not debriefing. So I'm putting that in. So really, this breakdown was a huge gift for me. Okay. I was incomplete from yesterday. So whatever was going on with me had nothing to do with my friend. And I get to make up whatever interpretation I want. I don't have to settle for the one that I just landed on. Okay. So the opportunity here is to stop. What's really going on with me? And I can react and be disempowered, or I can responsibly look at what's really happening over here with me. What am I committed to? I'm committed to being a high performer. And what I'm making up about my friend is that she misses me. And she wants me with her. That's all. So that's a lot more fun for me. It's a lot more empowering. I don't want to be disempowered, and I know you don't either. Okay. So I'm going to have a conversation with her later today, and we're going to share about this. And I'm committed that she wins in her business and I win in mine, and we're partners. So that could have went another way. Okay. I was down a rabbit hole, but I caught it. Okay. So declaring the breakdown allows me to be complete from yesterday and start my day fresh. And, unconceal any meaning I've added in the moment. So this is a completely different perspective and shift in who I was being this morning. Instant. So I stopped, declared the breakdown. I know this was something small that I was dealing with this morning, but look, this is for small things and big things. Okay. Remember, breakdowns have nothing to do with the success of something. And I have breakdowns every day, all the time, and will continue. And this allows me to stay on the course. Today, I'm going to kill it. I'm playing big today. I told Leo, you know what? I'm doing 3 today. I'm doing 3 today just because I can. And I'm going to be unstoppable. And what I'm putting in place is being a force of nature and doing what I said I would do. And I'm going to be unstoppable today. Okay. So look, I've said a lot. I've shared a lot. I've been transparent. I want to hear from you. What's opening up for you right now in this moment? I want to hear what you're discovering, not what you know about this, not something from the past. I want to hear this moment. What are you seeing newly? What are you discovering for yourself? Please share it, because somebody else might go, oh my gosh, that's me too. You might open up something, and we're all here to kill it and crush it. So who would like to share? We got lots of time. And even if even if you're in breakdown, you haven't distinguished it yet, raise your hand. It'll make a difference for you and everyone here.
Jill, I had a slight breakdown this morning. Is I have a lot of appointments every day, and I typically don't do early appointments in person, right? I typically don't, because I have a full agenda, and I'm also running like multiple events. So I was in my head in the morning. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm running late. I'm not gonna make it on time, like all this stuff. So I had that breakdown, and then I literally just had to put all that meaning to the side, and I say, well, I committed to this person that I'm going to be showing up in person. Hence, I can create a structure and still handle everything I need. I can be there for the people I committed to. I can be there for myself. I can still do this call, and I could still make it back home and do the rest of the things I have to do. But it was a lot of that going on in the morning, and once I put it to the side, I just showed up, and then hence why I'm doing this call here in the Zoom right now. So that was dealing with all of that this morning.
That is a perfect example. You were unwilling to go down a rabbit hole. And you guys all know what I mean by rabbit hole, right? Where you're off to the races. You're down for the count. You're disempowered. You're in some other state. I say, oh, there she goes. She just went to Japan. So it kind of, what Leo, what you just shared is you brought yourself back to who you really are and what you're committed to. And you were just unwilling to have some little thought take you out, and you empowered yourself. Okay, who else wants to share? I want to hear from you guys. What's opening up for you?
I'll share.
Okay, Iris.
So the last couple days have been a lot. I had a planned trip out here to San Diego to come visit my family and then go to an event with EXP tomorrow. And I just went under contract yesterday. I had plans to go to a game yesterday, and like I had my phone blowing up. I showed up to my mom's house last night and I had to work. We've been kind of on the road, and I didn't have any hotspot on my phone anymore. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna just let this be. I will work on this tomorrow. I come out to walk to Starbucks because I'm like, my mom doesn't have Wi-Fi. So I'm like, where am I gonna work? I come out and I noticed that the area has changed where I grew up, and where I thought there was a Starbucks, there wasn't a Starbucks. So I walked to Target, and Target Starbucks also is closed. And I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? And I walked over to McDonald's and, you know, like the world didn't burn down, you know, I still kept my direction. I felt, you know, and I just followed my own just thought process of trying to problem solve and not give up. And here I am working now, being able to get on this call. And just a reminder, right, to not like give up on ourselves and not allow what seems like a burning building to be a burning building, you know, and just kind of keep tracking to the next.
Awesome. Well, what I'm hearing is that you had a breakdown this morning and you declared it.
Yeah.
You know, and you didn't even know you did that. And you did that. That's great, Iris. Thank you for sharing. Is there anything new you've discovered? Because by putting language to this, you can actually keep reading instead of thinking, oh, well, I just had a good morning this morning. I don't know why. You know, you have something, Iris. You can bring that to anything, any future breakdown.
Yeah, and I'm starting to recognize that, to be quite honest with you. I'm really starting to just let things be and acknowledge that, right, everything has its own pathway. And as long as I keep my focus on the main direction, like I did this morning, is like working, you know, and I made contact with this girl in Target, and I think I kind of helped her. Like, I can see her light in her face, and I was like, well, I feel like I needed that. She needed that connection. I needed that connection. And I went off to my merry way over to Walmart. And like, I think I made someone's day in my path to get to where I needed to be. If that
Wow.
makes sense.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Iris. That's amazing. Who else? What, you know, you guys.
I can share, Jill.
Okay.
This is
And
Johnny,
you know,
by the way.
Yoni, before you start.
Yeah.
You guys, authenticity wins around here. Okay, not looking good. This is our laboratory to go kill it. So I promise you, whatever you're dealing with, like what I was, you think I wanted to share that with you? It's kind of embarrassing. But so what? I want, you know, if I can do it with just that little thing, I can do it with anything. Okay, so I want everybody engaged in this. Okay, Yoni, go for it.
All right. Thank you, Jill. Appreciate you. And I just want to share the breakdown part. I mean, I think I'm going through this, and it's not just a one-day thing. It's been a while for me because I'm supposed to meet with Leo later today on accountability. And so what it is my breakdown has been I haven't been following through with just reaching out to people that I was supposed to reach out to, even contacts, people that I know somehow.
How many days now, Yoni?
Oh
How
my
many
gosh,
days?
it's been at least let's call it a week, 2 weeks now.
Okay, so for 2 weeks, you just
Yeah,
want
I've
to
been
own this, okay?
I kind
For
of haven't
2
been doing what I'm
weeks,
supposed to been doing as
yeah.
far as reaching out to people and trying to get appointments. And I don't know, I still feel like sometimes I'm being like a secret agent kind of situation. So for me, it's like I gotta get over that hump of just call my contacts. And even yesterday, I did have a couple calls for
Okay, hold
people that
on,
I know.
Yoni. Yoni,
Go ahead.
I want this to make a difference for you, okay?
Yep.
Because if you go into a strategy now, it's just going to be more of the same. Okay, I'm just going to be straight with you. You've got to get with whoever, like Leo's your accountability, then you get to him and you own, hey, for 2 weeks, I've been disempowered. No wonder I haven't produced any results. And then make a promise like I'm doing. If that empowers you to look, I'm doing this every day. And when you don't, look at what was missing. I said I would do 2 today and I did 1. What was missing? You know what? I wasn't being an MF about it.
Right.
I wasn't like, no, this shall be, and being unstoppable. That's what I saw was missing. That may not be what's missing for you, but you got to look for yourself. And so I'm bringing that today, and it's a whole new day today. Okay, it has nothing to do with the breakdown, who I am and what I'm up to and what I say is going to happen today. And whether I do it or not, I'm going to debrief that. What was missing? And if I do it, Great. What'd you do to have that happen? I'm going to do more of that.
Yeah.
Okay, you got that, Yoni?
Makes perfect sense. Yes, I do.
So will you talk to Leo today and get the 2 weeks complete?
I will.
Good. And
Yes.
thank you for being vulnerable and
Thank you, Jill.
courageous for all of us.
Sure.
Yoni's doing the hard work for all of us, so let's give him a hand.
Thank you.
Okay, who else? Who's the next brave person? I promise you, when you share, things will happen because you're out here on the court. You're not in the stands observing. Mr. Sunny.
Yes, first of all, happy Thursday, everyone. And I believe a breakdown happens when we are just pushing ourselves. We are not preparing in the morning, like, doing meditation, taking a cold shower or something. So all those I was listening, yes, it happened when like yesterday, I lost one escrow, not lost escrow, it canceled. And it was 1.4 million property, and my seller is keep on calling me like every 15 minutes. He's so like, because he has to move to Florida and he prepared everything, and I'm trying to counsel him. So, and then somebody actually hacked his system, like his identity theft, and took 66,000 from. So for him the sky was falling. So as a realtor, I started telling him, sir, everything happened for a reason, just believe me, believe me. So yesterday he was not listening, but today morning he called and he thanked me. So breakdown happened because when we are thinking things are not working for us, but actually things are working for you all the time, even when things are not working for you. This is all my belief system is on the. So I hardly break down, but yes, when things happen, cancel of escrow, then if I'm looking, oh, I'm going to get this check this time. So like, oh, we didn't get it. So the best thing will be relaxing, breathing, and coming back to, okay, there's something reason. If things are not happening to as per me what I want, then it's happening to somebody who's divine force, and that divine force don't think evil about me. So then everything, then I relax myself. Then okay. So
Okay,
breakdown do
so
happen.
I'd like to contribute to you. Are you open?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so Sunny, I had an appointment cancel a couple of days ago. And now I don't have to do this. And this is what's going to give me power. I looked at what was missing for me, that appointment canceled. And I didn't remind her until 10 minutes before. So that is something that, I could own. Because you guys, when you take responsibility, it gives you 100% of the power. 100% responsibility equals 100% of the power. It puts you in the power seat. But if you're blaming somebody else or, making it Pollyanna, oh, that's okay, you're missing it. Okay, so I have a new structure. I confirm people 24 hours before and 2 hours before. And I just let them know, I'm so excited to see you. I can't wait to see you. Like, I take 100% responsibility for that person showing up. And that's for my life, Sunny. So you could apply this to the escrow or anything you want to give you power. Okay? Like if an escrow falls through, okay, well, what was over here missing for me? Not to blame yourself or find fault, but to go, and I guarantee you'll find something and you have a new structure to put in and you're now playing at a higher level. Okay, so that's what I want to contribute to, Sunny. Thank you for being open to that. Okay, who else?
Jill, actually,
Hector, are you driving still? Hector, I don't want you driving and talking. Can you pull over?
He's muted.
He can't stop. We actually have a list on our way to a listing presentation, so we don't want to be late.
I got it. All right. Well, will you at least take me off camera?
Yeah, I did want to mention one thing though. I think everybody right now is probably having a breakdown because I have a feeling everybody has something they want to say and they cannot say it. And it is something where, I mean, not knowing how to put yourself out there and how to actually speak up it's a little bit of a breakdown in my eyes as far as what I'm thinking. Because I know there's things that I was thinking about saying earlier this morning. I had a breakdown myself. I didn't get up on time to go to the gym, which is something that I really want to do. And that kind of threw me back a little bit on what, you know, my day was supposed to do. So I
Good.
was kind of getting,
Thank
yeah,
you. How many of you like, yep, I can relate to Hector. And yeah, I'm there. Yeah, look, Hector, it's okay. If every single person shared, there's what, 40 people here? We wouldn't have enough time. Okay, so it's okay. And you don't have to know how to share. It just takes courage. It's not comfortable. It's alive. I mean, Hector, every time I'm with you, you share. Okay? And that makes a difference for who? You. And for everyone. So look, not everybody's going to share. And when they share, they share. Everybody pops at different times. I have room for those of you who are not sharing. And I'm going to keep speaking to who I know you really are. Okay, I'm going to keep speaking to you. I'm not going to relate to you as this person who's in the stands. It's okay if you're in the stands. You're in the stands till you're not in the stands anymore. Okay, but imagine if all of us were raising our hands, every single person. Just imagine that. I mean, that's the kind of breakdown I want to have. Like, shoot, Leo, which one do I call on? You know, that's a kind of breakdown I want to have. Or, you know, I got too many people that want to sell their home and have me do it. I want breakdowns like that. Okay. So look, it's okay wherever you're at. And I want you to pull this to you. Whether you're getting a lot or a little is up to you. So what are you discovering right now? And Hector, thank you for opening that up.
Ms. Jill, I just discovered that breakdowns can be a good thing. That was so powerful.
Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful to have that breakdown with Carrie, or I might have been like Yoni and gone another week being disempowered. So I was grateful for the breakdown. Okay, come on. Authenticity wins around here. Not looking good. And we'll sit in the silence. It's okay. Somebody's going to raise their hand. I just know it. There we go. See, Kathy, please. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to be totally authentic. I have been, I lost my brother a few months ago, and I have fallen off the axle, and I just don't even know how to get back on. So this was a good day for me. I'm up, I'm dressed, I got a little bit of makeup on, and that's probably about as much as I can say for 10:33.
I got it. Kathy, thank you for your courage to share. And I know I speak for everyone. We're so sorry about you losing your brother.
Yeah, it's
I can't even imagine. My brother's still alive. I can't even imagine how you must be.
how do I get past that to start working again? And
Okay, I've still got about 30 minutes. So I'm going to give you something, okay?
okay.
There is no getting past it. That's the problem, is you're trying to get past being sad about your brother. What if you allowed yourself to be human and be sad when you're sad, and when you're not sad, you're not sad? And I guarantee you, if you became sad all of a sudden, I mean, it's still raw, it's only 2 months, and you were with, you know, in a meeting or something with a client or something, and you started to cry, you could say, you know, I apologize. I just lost my brother 2 months ago and I just having a moment. I'll be okay. Like you allowed yourself to be human. I think where we get in trouble is we think we shouldn't be a certain way. No, I would, if you told me that, I'd say, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Tell me about your brother. And then, you know, that feeling could go all the way to fruition. And you could go on to the next feeling, which could be happiness or peace. You know, feelings are like the ocean. They come and go. They're like waves. So don't resist that. Okay? And we're all here for you.
Okay.
And Leo, is it okay if I give her my phone number?
Of course, I can do a text introduction. I'll
Okay.
connect both.
And
Love you,
Kathy,
Miss Kathy.
I'm committed you're successful, even though you lost your brother. Like you could be successful in the name of him.
That
You
would
know?
be amazing.
Yeah, do it for him. And you can be connected to him forever and how much he loves you and how much you love him. Nobody could take that away from you. And when you're sad, you're sad. See, when I'm sad, I go get in a bubble bath and I let it rip and I put on the sad music and I let it rip. Ah. Okay, now what am I up to? You know, I don't resist it. Okay. So does
Okay.
that give you something?
Yes.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, who else? Who else? We've got this precious time together. I know there's a brave soul out there.
Hi, good morning.
Isaiah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Isaiah. I'm a fairly new agent, and I think for me, I push myself very hard, and I beat myself up when I don't live up to the expectations of, whatever I set for me, or I'm constantly, comparing myself to other agents within my field, like, they just dropped a new video, I'm not doing enough, I'm not door knocking enough, and I think, yeah, I'm still trying to find that rhythm in my life to be able to produce, but yeah, I think I beat myself up for it, and as a new agent, I feel lost a lot of times, but every
Okay.
experienced agent that I talk to, they're telling me, just do it, just get in there, just start doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? Like, what is, so,
Well,
but
but you don't want to be like me and Yoni, where you don't tend to your own integrity with what you said you're going to do with your accountability person. And it could even just be to yourself. I said I was going to do these 2 results today and I didn't do it. And you've got to debrief with yourself or somebody.
yeah.
Okay, so that you're complete. And there is no such thing as just go do it. You can't go do it on top of mud pie. It's never going to work. Okay. If I had debriefed and got complete about yesterday, I guarantee you, when my friend said those things, it wouldn't have bothered me at all. But it bothered me because I was beating myself up for yesterday and I didn't even know it. It was kind of like it was hidden from my view. Okay. So look, you guys, what we're taking on, this is going to take something, and Isaiah, thank you for just sharing yourself and being so courageous. I'm a new agent too. In fact, I don't even have my license yet. I don't take my test for 5 weeks and I keep calling down there and nothing's happened yet. So what? Okay. So look, Isaiah, write down everything that's incomplete with you, with yourself, like what you've expected of you, whether you've given a promise to Leo or someone else or to yourself, write it down. And look, well, why didn't I do this? You know why? Because of this and this and this. And this is the structures I'm putting in for today. So you guys, every day you've got to be complete about yesterday, whether you were successful or whether you weren't successful. It's called debrief. So you can start fresh and kill it today, every day. So Isaiah, what did you just discover right now? I want to hear what you're discovering. What's new for you? That you're
Yeah,
taking
I
away
think
from this call.
yeah, debriefing for sure. I don't think we do that enough. I think as a human, it's natural to just give ourselves excuses, but never really, tackle the main issue as to why we're doing or not doing something, right?
Wow, I couldn't have
So,
said it better myself. That was beautiful.
thank you. And this is like one of the realest trainings I've had for real estate or within the real estate environment. So I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And this is why Leo and I are here together with you. We have a commitment to you, okay, and to ourselves, okay, that this team, okay, is like going to be well known in the whole world. We're going to dominate the world. And people are going to go, what are they doing? What are they doing? I want to be with them. Okay, so that's what we're creating. All right, so we still got some time, you guys. Wow. I'm usually like running out of time, but we got some really good time here. So what's opening up? What are you discovering? If you just want to share, you know what I just discovered? And I'm doing this today. Who wants to share? And it's okay if it's silent. I know some of you are like, I'm going to share. I'm going to share. You're just like waiting a couple seconds. Okay, I got to muster up the courage here. Don't worry about saying the right thing. Who's going to share?
Hey, Jill, I'll share.
Tony, thank you.
Yeah, I know. I was just talking with Leo earlier. So I had a bit of a meltdown a few days ago. I was just, just taking a look, and I realized we're about halfway through the year now. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, this year, I mean, we're already like halfway through the year. And, I was just taking a look at, production, things I have going on. And I'm like, wow, you know what? I just felt like I'm just not where I wanted to be, 6 months, where I wanted to be halfway through the year. And I feel like I'm just behind, and I'm like, just felt like I really dropped the ball on a lot of things. And, just like, a lot of the people mentioned, like just kind of beating yourself up. And I'm like, oh shit, I should have done this. I should have done that. Or, it doesn't even matter anymore, thinking about it. I mean, whatever, it doesn't, it's like, I'm here now. So I had reached out to Leo, thank God for Leo. And I was like, hey man, you know what? I just kind of need to regroup and get some clarity, just get back on track, because just like you said, Jill, it's easy to take yourself down that hole and just spiral. And then, before you know it, you wasted a whole day just thinking about what you haven't done. And I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not going to do that. So I just got to just get my mind right, just get my mindset right. And, I know I could handle business and take care of business. I just got to get, my mind right.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Tony. That is, I'm sure, how many of you can relate to Tony? Raise your hand. And those of you who are off camera, I invite you to be on camera for this and have this really make a difference for you. There's nothing wrong if you're off camera. And I'm going to keep speaking to who you really are, okay, and hoping you rise to the occasion. Okay, so Tony, first thing you said, I noticed, because I'm pretty present right now. It means like, Jill, the identity is kind of out of the way, and I'm Jill, what I'm committed to right now. Okay. I'm not always there, and I am right now. And my goal in life is that I stay this person all the time. But it does take something to live this kind of life. You got to keep stopping yourself, like Leo did this morning, like I did this morning, like you're doing now, like Kathy did. Okay. She just shifted herself. She just interrupted the past and the way things have been going and the way she's been being. So the first thing you said, Tony, is I had a meltdown. Okay. If you could picture meltdown, like I could just like picture you're on fire and you're burning and you're melting. And that's not really what's happening. Okay. So my first like coaching for you is declare a breakdown. You know what? This is a breakdown. This is a breakdown. That's it. Because when you declare the breakdown, you're interrupting your thinking. You're interrupting it like, no, like what you said, Tony, I'm unwilling to have it be like this. And you stopped yourself and you got into communication with who can make a difference for you. Okay. So, but I did notice that because I hear things because I'm so present. It wasn't a meltdown. It's a breakdown. That's it. And, you know, when we lack integrity, like I lacked integrity yesterday, didn't do what I said I was going to do, and then I didn't debrief. Of course, I got taken out by my friend and what she said. Of course, because I was disconnected from who I am. And I wasn't responsible for managing what I'm said I'm going to do and to get into communication to get that complete. What was missing? So what are you discovering, Tony, that you can put into your life after this call?
Yeah, so I think what yeah, you know, it just feels good, you know, at least to know that I'm not the only one who's thinking like that.
7
You know?
billion people on the planet are
Yeah,
humans.
I know. But it's like, you know, in my mind, it's like, no, I'm the only one with these
I know.
issues, or everybody else is just fine, but I'm the one with the problem here.
Yeah, and
But
that is a thought.
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's a thought. And our brains are like a freeway of thoughts. You know, meow, meow, all these thoughts are constantly going. And then Tony's like, oh, I'm going to grab that one. And you started comparing yourself and you went down a rabbit hole and believed it. It's just a thought. I have
yeah,
those kind of thoughts too. Mine are a little more vicious. But, you know, I know they're thoughts, and my thoughts and my feelings have nothing to do with who I am and what I'm
yeah,
up to and what I
yeah. No,
said I would do.
you're exactly right. And you know what? I have been a lot better at catching myself. And, you know, years ago, I used to go, yeah, sometimes just really get down or depressed. And, you know, it would last for days, weeks, whatever. But now I've been a lot better at catching myself. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to go there. So that's why I know I got to reach out to people and just snap myself out of it.
Yeah. And look, that's amazing. And the sooner the better. Like, what if you lived a life like I am unwilling to spend any moment of my life being disempowered? Why would I do that? I'm a human being alive on the planet. Why would I spend any moment being disempowered? Seriously, why would any of us? And, you know, sometimes I do too. You know, I'm a transformational leader and I still indulge in stuff because I'm human. But when I do, I don't beat myself up for it. I just kind of laugh at it. Oh, wow. I was like off to the races for 2 hours. Isn't that hilarious? Okay. So look, you guys, I want you to have some grace for yourself. You're a human being. Okay. Kathy lost her brother. Like Kathy, allow yourself as much time as you absolutely need to grieve the loss of your brother. Okay. And I promise you, that will have you be more in love with your brother, that you've allowed yourself to miss him. And you'll be able to honor him and create a legacy for him. Okay, so who else? We still got like 10 minutes. What are you discovering? I want to know oh, I just heard something new. I just discovered something. You really have 5 because I want to tell you what we're doing next week.
I love this, Jill. You're awesome. Come on, guys, don't be shy. The more you contribute, the more difference it makes for yourself and everyone else.
I'm going to call on somebody if nobody raises their hand or starts talking. I want to hear from George. George, will you talk to us? Maybe he can't talk right now. All right. Well, I'm going to give you one more minute.
Yeah, and we'll have the silence be here for you guys. Look, if any one of you is saying, maybe I should say this, I'm thinking about saying this, and I don't want to look like this, I get it. But do it anyway. Janneth.
I knew Janneth. I could see it. I could see it. She's going to share. I could just feel it. Go, girl.
So I think I mean Leo. I'm part of Rosalind's group. I'm a real estate agent. Well, I started my real estate journey in Tijuana with my husband, Tijuana, Mexico. And one of the challenges I have had to deal with a border crossing. And I'm a licensed agent, been 2 years now. But the challenge is I really want to do real estate in the US, but I have a border I have to deal with. And it just, it gets to me sometimes. And I do cry when I have to deal with the crossing at times. Not going to the US because my husband helps me make a line and he gets to the front and then I cross. But coming back to TJ is also, there's weight because TJ, it's right now like a growth, it's growing. So we have a lot of San Diego people moving from San Diego to TJ. So I have to deal with both ways. Most of the time coming this way. My husband helps me going that way to the US. So sometimes I get very impatient and I cry because I really want to do real estate in the US.
Okay, good. All right. So what I can contribute to you, Janneth, thank you for just being so courageous and brave in what you're dealing with. Okay. I can't even imagine. Stop expecting it to be any other way. Of course, it's going to be something you have to deal with. So when it is, like, yeah, because this is something I got to deal with.
Yeah.
And don't add meaning to it. It's the way that it is. Like Kathy being sad about her brother. She's going to allow herself to be sad. Of course she's going to be sad. She just lost her brother. Of course you're going to have to deal with that. Just don't add any meaning to it being that way. And don't have it allow you to take away from your commitment to sell in the US. Hold that high. And when you have a breakdown, it's a breakdown. It's a breakdown in my commitment to sell property in the US.
Yeah.
Okay? Because the crying and all that is kind of what happened with me with Carrie this morning, my friend. You know, I expected her to be another way. It's the way she is. She wants me to be with her, and she's kind of attached. Okay? So just know that's something you got to deal with.
Yeah.
It's not a surprise, is it?
Yeah.
But you've been relating to it as it shouldn't be this way. Well, it is until it isn't. Does that give you something?
Yes.
Yeah. Have room for that. You're a human being. Okay. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Okay, Leo, we got 5 minutes left. So I just want to acknowledge you just for even being here and being in this conversation. I know it's uncomfortable, and I acknowledge those of you who shared, and even those of you who haven't shared, I acknowledge you for being here and being in this call. Okay. And we're going to keep doing more of this kind of work. I got something different for you every week that'll make a difference for you. Okay. And I don't know, Leo, I haven't told you this yet, but I think we should create a place for all of us to declare our breakdowns so we can all stay on the course and we can all kind of coach each other.
Here?
Okay.
Yes.
Who would be interested in something like this? If you're
That's right.
interested in something like this, can you put in the chat breakdowns? Just put the word breakdowns. Leo and I will capture the chat that you'd be interested in something like this. Okay? Because we don't want people in there that are not interested in that. So if you're interested in, you know, a place to declare breakdowns, and we can coach each other. You're all now master coaches. You have this distinction. Okay?
Hey,
And
Jill, should we host this? Do you think we should host it on like WhatsApp group? A
yes,
separate one?
I do. I do. And those of you who have something going on about WhatsApp, you should call me. I have 78 WhatsApp I manage
Perfect.
every day, and it's not, I don't have anything going on about it. Okay.
Hey, Jill, so I just added, guys, so everybody, I think there's like 15 or 20 of you that said breakdown. I just added a WhatsApp to the chat. Join that group. I've already added Jill and I named it breakdowns. Or well, you know, I literally just made it on the spot. So please add yourself to that chat right now, please. That way you guys can all be part of it. And I see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4 of you that have joined so far. So there's like literally like, I think like 15 of you here. So keep that chat. Let me put the link in here fresh again. Please add yourself to that chat.
Yeah. And look, even if you don't share on that chat, you could watch and listen to others, and it'll make a difference for you. And the people that are sharing are leading the way. Okay. Okay. And then the next thing is the next training. I'm not sure when it's going to be. It could either be Monday or Thursday. I think Leo has something else going on Monday. I don't know.
Yeah,
But we will let you
Thursdays.
know when the next training with me is. And it's called What Future Are You Living Into? And if you're not sure, it's a chance to create one and get rid of everything that's not that vision. And you're going to create a future to live into. So you have something to hold on to when you're in breakdowns. Okay. So if you're interested in being on this training, okay, we will let you know when it's going to be next week sometime. Put future in the chat, and Leo will make sure that you get this. And please, anybody that wasn't here today, please let them know about the breakdown chat and about the next training, living into a future and creating that. Because we're always living into a future. It's just, are you the author of that future, or is, you know, something else, some thought?
Yes. This is so good. Let's go ahead, guys, and acknowledge Jill for sharing so powerfully today. I know I got a lot out of it. I mean, there was like literally 3 things, Jill, that you said that I was like, wow, this is instantly a brain tattoo for me. I am unwilling to spend any moment of my life being disempowered. My thoughts and feelings have nothing to do with who I am. Your brain is a freeway of thoughts. Those are 3 things that I wrote down that were so profound. So thank you, Jill. Appreciate you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Joe.
You're welcome. You guys are the fulfillment of my life. Are you kidding me? You're my new partners. We're going to crush it.
Accountability, transformation community, guys. We're all going to grow together. I'm very grateful that each and every single one of you are here and putting yourselves on the line authentically to really make a difference for yourself and your future and your family and what matters most for you guys. So thank you guys so much. We are any last things we want to say before we wrap up, Ms. Jill? I think
Yes, I just want to say I fell in love with Kathy today, and Janneth, and Yoni, and Tony. They shared themselves, and they're now known in my world. And I remember you, and I fell in love with you today. You were so real. And I love the rest of you too, but I could feel myself like fall for you today because you were courageous. And I look forward to falling for all of you.
Next week.
Yes. All right, guys. So I'm going to document everybody that said they were interested in the future. What future are we living into? Again, make sure that you add yourselves to the chat, right? If you are part of the WhatsApp, and create an extraordinary day.
Hey,
Create an
Leo,
extraordinary
next
day.
Thursday is the 4th of July. Are we doing anything?
Next Thursday, I'm going to discuss with Jill, and then we will send out a message to you guys in the chat. there's a possibility. We'll create it and then we'll let you guys know. But thank you so much for asking the question. And again, thank you for your
Yes.
courage.
Thank you, Kathy. I didn't even realize that.
4th of July. All right, guys. Have a beautiful day.
Love
God
you
bless.
guys. You're amazing. If you forget, call me. I'll remind you.
Let's grow.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Jill.
You're welcome. Thank you.